This is another fishing podcast.
I wanted to ask you about, the forward-facing sonar and the live target. Kind of, if you would go into like what that was as far as for the company diving into that and just getting that off the ground. Because as we were kind of talking a little bit earlier about like the or I guess it was in the beginning of this episode about the ghost trolling motor and the stresses involved. It's just, here Lowrance is making a trolling motor. They're known as the fish finder company. Now they're making a trolling motor, but that live target technology too, just like getting a new product out, and that's like, it's such a revolutionary. When you first see what live target, like just forward-facing sonar, what kind of images it can produce, like I've filmed sometimes. The first time I really was blown away by it, I was filming a bass tournament up in Sturgeon Bay, and I was up at the bow filming a guy. He was fishing like pilings, and he's pretty close to him, and he swept the trolling motor around one of these pilings, and I'm telling you, dude, it was like an ultrasound image. I could see the sides of the fish and the fish just like swimming away. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. That's when I first was like, this is revolutionary. But like, what was it like, getting that live target for a company, getting that new product out to market?
It's the live sonar stuff is any sonar stuff, right? It's all been around for decades. Side imaging's been around forever. The live sonar has been around for forever. It's just getting it into a consumer friendly package. You need the displays to be able to have the processors to keep up and do the processing, and boxes and all that stuff to generate and make the image. Which, you take and you look at PlayStation, right? PlayStation 5 or Xbox or whatever they all are. A lot of that same graphic stuff, we use a lot of those same parts, right? To build that, so you get that graphical look, because it's basically just a video, right? So it's we did the first version of our forward-facing live sonar was Live Sight, which was a good start into it. The roadmap for live imaging is, at that time was, we're going to have this and this and this and this order. And it did good. It was an all right product. I liked it. I don't really care about detail as much as some guys. I want to see every fin. Like, okay, well, I can see the fish moving. I'm going to catch it. At the end of the day, you still have to be a fisherman, right? You still have to know how to catch fish. You have to know what you're feeling for. And you need to be a fisherman. The tools are there to help you be a better fisherman. But if you don't know how to fish, these aren't going to make the fish jump in the boat, right? So then when we came up with ActiveTarget was a lot more detailed. You can see the fins on fish, right? The bigger the fish, the more you're going to see. So, small fish guys are buying it and they're expecting to be able to tell a 14-inch walleye from a 14-inch perch. And
I think I was calling it live target, like a dumbass. Active target is what I meant.
You're fine.
Oh,
you're
my
fine.
goodness. Live target's a lure manufacturer. Oh, my goodness gracious. I apologize.
You're okay.
You can listen at any moment when I'm acting a fool. Please just slap me up. Live target. I was just recently using a live target hollow-bodied sunfish. That's why I had live target on my. Sorry,
they're both quality products, right?
But, sorry, go ahead.
ActiveTarget, like everyone that sees it, right? So like, it's really cool. It's by far some of the coolest sonar technology, right? Everyone's in awe of side imaging because you actually got to see what the bottom of the lake looked like. But now you can watch the fish and watch them react and see what they're doing. But, everyone's still, it's the end all of all sonar. Well, not really. It is and it isn't, right? Like, if you're a tournament guy, you got to have it. I mean, there's so many tournaments that are won on that because you're fishing for 5 bites, right? Like you're fishing for 5 fish. You don't care if you catch, quantity. You're fishing for that specific fish because it looks big, and you keep pitching a jig at it or casting a crank at it long enough, it's just going to get mad and bite or swim away. One of the two, right? I mean, that's what it's going to do. So you have to be a fisherman to be able to catch that fish, but you're fishing for 5 bites all day, which kudos to tournament anglers. It's awesome. Like my dad, he's got a place up at Cass Lake, and the fish are kind of spooky and skittish. The zebra mussels cleaned it all up. It's pretty clear. And, you can catch fish the old school way, rigging and all of that in deeper water, which is fine. But, then you got to fizz the fish, or, you just fight them slow so you don't, you can let them go without hurting them. If they're keeper fish, doesn't matter. But, for him having that, being able to scan and see fish up in front of him because they're swimming away from the boat because the water's so clear, he can pitch a jig and a minnow up there and catch fish. He's catching more fish because of it. So there's some advantages to it. It is expensive. It does take some learning. I don't know how many phone calls I got from my dad. Like, what am I doing? How do I do this? What's this do? What's that do? Should I do this? Should I change that? Just leave it the way I set it up for you, and you'll be able to use it. I use it with my kids a lot. Pan fishing, it's phenomenal. I mean, it's, you can stay in a school, pan fish, and catch fish all day long. Little kids, I mean, if they're bored in the boat, they don't want to go fishing. So it does keep them interested. We go up to Devil's Lake every year with them, and we'll put it on just a scout mode, right? Different look. And you can see all their lures, and then you can watch a fish swim around. It's like, they figured it out. I mean, they're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. The 3 of them, I mean, they're pretty close in age. And, I mean, they sit there and like, oh, fish is coming towards mine. They quick look up, like, I think it's by mine, and they get so excited over it. I mean, so if a little kid can figure it out, an adult should be able to figure it out. You just need to take the time, learn it, play with it, just go out. I mean, everyone expects to see their jig though, right? So depending on cone angles and all of that, sometimes it's hard to see an 1/8 ounce jig with a minnow on it, that you're dragging on the bottom of the lake. It's like, it's not perfect, but if there's fish around, you're going to watch that fish react. So you should know roughly where your jig is at. And that's part of, you still have to know how to fish, right? Like, you still have to know how to catch fish. But being able to watch those fish react to your bait, right? Did they swim away? Are they running towards it? Did you do something when you're reeling it in a jig cadence that, oh, hey, they slammed on the brakes? Like, okay, don't do that again. And you still have to pay attention to the fine details of how you're fishing. What I've always told people, go ice fishing with it, right? Because you're in a perfect environment for live sonar because nothing's moving, right? Like, the lake sheet isn't going up and down, and if it is, probably get off the lake. So just go out and play with it, use it. Ice fishing, it's awesome. I mean, I don't have to bring an underwater camera with me. I fished a lot of years with an underwater camera, watching fish. The first time I used the live sonar, it's like you can watch the walleye come in and then back up, like, and come in and back up and come in and back up. And it's like, oh man, I watched that on an underwater camera 1,000 times on Mille Lacs. I mean, if you set your camera on the bottom of the lake, the walleyes aren't afraid of a camera. If you have it up suspended, they won't come in. But watching fish react to it, I mean, you can jig. If you jig too hard, you'll watch them swim out. You'll watch them actually turn around and then come back in. It's like, okay, hey, whatever I did last time scared the crap out of them. So maybe tone it down a little bit. And it's fun to watch. Even like I was fishing with a buddy last winter, and we had a tulipy running back and forth between us. I'm like, well, it's not a walleye because it's not acting like a walleye. It's not swimming like a walleye. And we finally caught it, and it's like, oh, it's a little tulipy. So it is pretty cool to use and play with.